Hello,
Let's
today
go.
we are
Open
watching
up.
FBO's Parkour Civilization.
And if you're wondering who's the where, it's me, Jude. But I'll be exploring the one and only the PvP Civilization server.
It's not a civilization, it's just a PvP server. By the way, we cheated on it to get our stuff. I need to tell you that. Let's
It's not
start this.
Alright, time for my mandatory parkour check. Let's get this over with.
You're late.
What's a
You know the deal.
mandatory
You can do the one block jump for the raw
parkour check?
chicken, or you can attempt the one block vertical jump for the beef.
Here in Parkour Civilization, no one chooses to jump for the beef. It's better to be safe and do the one block jump for the chicken rather
I
than
don't
risk your
really
entire
get-
life for just half a hunger bar more.
Tomorrow,
By the way, I've
you
never
better not
watched
be late,
this,
or you'll
so
be doing
I'm
two block
quite
jumps as
confused.
punishment.
Whatever.
Yes, sir. Sorry,
I just
won't
seen
be
the
late next time.
right
Down
there.
here, us parkour noobs only get
Hold
fed
on.
one.
Okay, so basically, let me tell you what it's about. So basically, every day you got one hunger. Now, every single
Stop
day
spoiling.
he
I don't want.
he gets a cow meat or chicken.
Okay.
He gets to
Once
choose.
a day.
Now,
One
the
piece of raw
riskier
chicken
one
is
will
just
be
enough to get you to
cow
the next day. But that's the life of Parkour
Man, you
Civilization.
gotta-
If you want to survive, you have to parkour. Every parkour noob has the same goal, and
Wait,
that's to make it
does
to
that
the
mean-
top
wait,
layer
wait.
where all
Gee,
the
you don't
parkour
speak
pros
anything
live.
'cause you're
Except
just-
most
you're just
parkour pros
playing,
are
you
born
can-
on the top
You can
layer.
speak
If you're a
when
parkour
reacting.
noob, there's only
And plus,
one
you've
way
already
up,
watched
and
this,
that
you don't
is
need
through
to
the
react.
Temple of
Dude,
Parkour.
I
The
have
Temple of Parkour is
And how
the
do you know
only structure
this?
in the world that combines the bottom layer to the top layer. To make it up, you have to do an impossibly hard parkour course that no parkour noob has ever completed. And that's
Okay.
assuming you even get the chance to complete the course. The inside of the temple is protected by a barrier, and the only way a parkour noob gets past the barrier is if they've earned a ticket. I've never even tried
like
getting
the
a
ticket
ticket
of
before,
paper
but if
or
I'm gonna
something?
rank up to a parkour pro one day, I'm gonna have to. In my neighborhood, pretty
Guys,
much
get
everyone has
yourself
fallen
some
into the void and died,
snacks,
except for the guy who lives right next to me. He's been my
snacks?
neighbor for 5
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Why did he try going for the beef? Well, I guess I have to change my statement. I now live in this neighborhood alone. In Parkour
Pros
Civilization,
lonely.
only parkour pros are allowed to break or place blocks. For parkour noobs, it's strictly prohibited. And unfortunately, I found that out the hard
Dude, like the first part, did you just see that guy just fell off? And he's like, I can make friends with that guy. He's like that, and then it's like just falls off and it just dies.
Bro.
My God, bro doesn't even know how to play Minecraft.
Not only that, but I think this is meant to be Fbo. Fbo here is now lonely in this parkour civilization.
way. A while ago, I was searching around and I somehow stumbled upon an oak log. No one has seen an oak log in years since trees don't exist in Parkour Civilization. So I had to try to take it.
Stop right now.
Oh no, I'm done for.
You really thought you could break that without
What's
me
so wrong
noticing?
in breaking
what, we're gonna
a
try to
log,
cheat
bro?
parkour?
No, sir, I didn't try to cheat. I just thought it would be super rare and I wanted to collect it.
Stop talking. Give me 2 jumps now.
2 jumps in a row? Okay, sorry, sir. I'll do it right now.
You know what? You seem a little too happy
not
about
only-
2. Let's make it 3.
Okay,
Is
I'll do
parkour
3.
now
You know
just
what? Now let's
not
make it
only
4 jumps in a
payment,
row.
but
Oh,
also
4 in a row?
punishment?
Come on.
Dude,
in
what is
Parkour
this, bro?
Civilization,
Bro,
it
what
should
is
be no
this,
surprise
bro?
that all punishments were just more forms of parkour. And that was the last time
Oh,
I ever tried
oh.
breaking a block.
Yeah, he
You're
just
lucky
agrees
you
with
got
me.
a
Fbo
light
just agrees with
punishment.
me.
Don't forget, you're at the bottom, so
see
follow
what I
the
said?
rules.
It's safe to say that if you're at the bottom level of Parkour Civilization, it's not exactly the best. But not everything in Parkour Civilization is that bad. For example, I was able to
Guys,
use
if you
parkour to
say
buy the
to
biggest house in the
MOG,
neighborhood. In
then
Parkour
I'll do it right
Civilization,
now. I'm
literally
gonna do
everything
it
is
right
parkour,
now.
and that means
If I do
parkour
it-
has replaced money.
Welcome. Choose which house you want to buy.
It's pretty nice. In Parkour Civilization, all you have to do to buy anything is just make more parkour jumps. I'm not really sure why or how parkour
So,
works as a currency,
parkour
but all I know
not
is I
only
basically
is
bought
parkour
a 2-story house
used
for
to buy
free. Somehow
houses,
when I was buying my house,
buy
I convinced myself
food,
to go for the ladder jump
buy
to buy
other
the bigger
stuff,
house.
but
In
also,
Parkour
it's
Civilization,
now used
parkour jumps with trickier
as
items like
punishment?
ladders are worth more. That's why this jump
Punishment just
basically bought me a
paying
mansion.
stuff.
No way.
Punishment
Thank you
just,
for buying
like-
the big house. Let me take you right to it. Just follow
Punishment
me.
just
Let's go. This is
paying
awesome. I
you,
just
man.
bought my first house. All
It's
houses
basically
in
like
Parkour
taxes.
Civilization are pre-built, and they all have one thing in
Got it.
common. It's a
No
requirement
taxes,
that every
please.
single house has a parkour jump inside to get to your bed. This is a way to make sure everyone in Parkour Civilization
By the way,
parkours
have you guys
everywhere they
seen
go,
my
even
new
inside the
video?
house.
So,
It's
this is the neighborhood you'll
it's
be living
called
in. You're the only 2-story house
The
here.
Timmy
So if you
Show
follow me, I'll give you a
EP1.
house
I'm gonna
tour.
make
This is so sick. That ladder
episode
jump literally made me the richest one in the
2,
neighborhood.
as you can
I
see,
can't
you have a
actually
jump
tell
on the
you
top
that
floor
because then
and a jump
Timmy
on the
would be
bottom
very,
floor.
very
Let me show you
angry.
the upstairs, and then the house is all yours.
All right. I mean, everything looks good. I just have to do this jump to my bed. Yeah, I think I got everything figured out.
Perfect.
Me
Last
actually
thing, I just need to
eating.
check if your parkour jump is good.
How are you supposed to check
I'll,
if it's good? Wait, what
I'll
the?
get
Did
rid
this
of the
guy for
crunchy
real just
stuff, you
jump
guys.
off? I'm really confused. Is he alive? Why did he do that?
All right, just wanted to confirm that your house is ready to move in. The guy did in fact die, so everything should be good.
That guy seriously died?
Smoke
Yeah,
from
don't
the
worry about it. It's a part of the
SMP?
job. Enjoy your
No,
house.
I don't think that's
How is
smoke.
that a
It just
part of the
looks
job?
like
What?
one.
No one really remembers how parkour civilization started. Most of the parkour noobs down here at least think that the parkour pros were the ones who started it. But the truth is, I think I was the one who started it. For some reason, I can't remember the best, but I'm pretty sure this is how the story went. Yo, see what? Yo. Hello? Bro, you think I could get a diamond real quick? I was mining for like 3 hours and I only found 2 diamonds. I just want
I
to make a
forgot to
diamond
turn on
pickaxe.
captions.
Sorry, don't have any to spare.
Bro, come on, don't
I
be like that.
completely
You're
forgot
literally
to
just
turn
holding
on
one. Dude, just give me
captions.
one and I'll pay you back later. I just need a pickaxe.
Alright, fine. Give me 1 second. If you want a diamond, you gotta give me something. Alright, watch out. Back up for 1 second. Look, if you can make this 4-block jump, I'll pay you 1 diamond.
Make this 4-block jump. Wait, why? Why are you gonna pay me to do parkour? What do you even gain from this?
I don't know. I've just never seen anyone do it before. I'd pay to see it done.
Okay, I'll take the offer. Oh, this is so annoying. All right, just give me a second. I know it's possible. I've done it before.
I told you, bro, it's not possible.
Just stop talking and watch. I'm gonna do it in like 30 seconds. And there we go. Finally. Look, I told you it was possible.
No way. That was actually incredible. Alright, well, I got my money's worth.
Let's go. I got paid for parkour.
If you want, I can keep making more parkour for you to do, and I'll pay you for it.
Are you kidding? Dude, totally. All right, I'll be back here tomorrow, I guess. And this is basically how parkouring for money started. The next day I showed up to Siwat's house. He offered me way more diamonds this time, and he constructed an entire parkour course outside of his house to do. But little did we know that this parkour course would completely change the way that the world works. Soon after this event, the parkour civilization began. Now that I think about it, there's kind of an unexplainable gap between those events and now, but oh well.
Parkour check time. You got 30 seconds.
Another beautiful morning.
I
and
know-
have to
I know
parkour
who's
for
the
some more raw
parkour,
chicken that will make me
master.
starve even more.
It's
All right,
Master
I'm here.
1 block for raw
Huh?
chicken, 1
Parkour
block vertical
master?
for beef. What are you choosing
You know,
today?
the person who
Considering my
made all
neighbor
these
just
rules.
died for going for the beef,
Who
I'm
then?
just gonna go with the
See
chicken again.
what?
Keep in
Gaming.
mind, there's a ticket event
I
today.
don't think
It's gonna be about 200 blocks west.
This was huge news. If there actually was a ticket event today, I would need to go for the beef. Ticket events are usually far away, and I would starve by the
No,
time
you
I
said
got
it
there
yourself,
if I
you're
chose
gonna die.
the chicken. But
No,
luckily,
he did
I
not
got
die.
the beef.
No way. You made that jump? You might become a parkour pro one day.
Wait, you really think I could rank up to be a
I
parkour
thought that
pro?
everyone meant to only
Not
go
a
for the chicken.
chance. You're a parkour noob. You guys never rank up.
It's important to know that parkour pros have really big egos and they like to put down the parkour noobs. This was an important day. This was only the second time I've jumped for the beef, and now I have a chance to earn a ticket. The ticket events are so risky because they're located so far away. If I wasn't paying attention,
I don't get it.
I
Like,
could miss
a
just
one
one
block
of these
vertical
1-block
jump?
jumps, and
Isn't
my
that
entire
hard?
chances of becoming a parkour pro
Well, I
would
guess
be over.
he
But
is a
luckily, I made
parkour
it to the ticket
noober.
event. When I got here, there were only 3 parkour noobs in line to do the parkour course. Most noobs don't even show up for the courses anymore because if you miss one jump, you end up like this guy. And that's the price you pay if you want a ticket to be a parkour pro. I watched as
I'm
the
still
second
eating
noob
my
fell
snack.
to the void. Hey man, do you
I
think you could
really
go already?
just
I don't know,
take it
man.
out
I'm kinda nervous
the
I'm
sound
gonna
of crunching,
fall.
I think.
No, you don't need to be nervous. I'm sure
I don't
you're fine.
know.
Oh, shoot.
Only editing
Okay,
myself.
never mind then. Before going for it, I wanted to study the parkour course. You see, every week the ticket challenge changes, and it's completely random. And this
Well-
week's course was extremely difficult. There was challenge
This,
change. Before going for
You
it,
see?
I wanted to find. Oh.
that is what you call
Okay.
the definition
Never mind
of
then.
someone
Before going
who
for
is
it, I
who
wanted to
lives
study
to
the parkour
fail.
course. You see, every week the ticket
And
challenge
again,
changes,
Evo
and
is
it's
now
completely random. And this week's course was extremely difficult. There was a 2-block jump to get to the ticket, and if you get it, a 2-block jump to get out of it. Here's the thing about parkour civilization.
why don't you
Parkour
go,
can
like,
be used for
the
anything,
other
and that
way?
includes bribing parkour pros. Check this out. If I do a parkour jump with the 360,
Yo,
will you replace one of
basically-
the 2-block jumps with a 1-block jump?
Oh,
You
it's
want to
a
do a 1-block
2-block
jump with a 360? Fine. There's no way you're gonna make it, but I'll accept.
Let's go, the parkour pro accepted by bribe. And now I have another problem. I have to do a 360? Have I even done this before? Whatever, I'm just gonna go for it. Please make it. No way. I actually did it. All right, deal's a deal,
That
right?
wasn't a
I'm not gonna lie.
360.
Please
That was
make
a
it.
270. Look,
No
look,
way.
he was
I actually
faced that way.
Have I
See,
even
look,
done this
he was
before?
faced
Whatever. I'm just
this
gonna
way,
go
look.
for it. Please make it.
He's faced that
No
way,
way.
not this
I
way.
actually did it.
Nah,
All right,
that's
deal's
not 360. That's a 270. Nah.
the deal, right?
I'm not gonna lie. That was the coolest thing I've seen a parkour noob do. Well, the deal's a deal. Here you go.
Let's go. Now there was only one 2-block jump in the course.
Still gotta
Editor,
make the
for that
first 2
moment
block
where
jump,
he
noob.
did
Yeah,
the
whatever. Just
360
let me
went
do
to
the
be a
course, bro.
360.
This was my
Put
best
some
chance
math
to
about
finally earn
270
a
and
ticket.
360.
If I actually
No,
get
no,
this
no
ticket,
math.
I could access the parkour temple and make my way up into a better life as a parkour pro. There was no turning
Too
back
much
now. I
math.
had to start the
Math's
course.
too
Most
much.
parkour
English
noobs
is
aren't
too much.
experienced with
Science is
diagonal
too
jumps,
much.
but somehow I got past
That's
it.
why we got
And
Timmy
now
to do
was
that
the
stuff.
2-block jump. This was life or death. I closed my eyes and I went for it. I
Timmy!
expected to be
Come
falling
on, you
thousands
gotta
of
learn
feet
some
per second
F-ball
into the void,
parkour.
but to my surprise, I was standing on
Where's
the
Timmy?
platform with the ticket. And thanks to the deal I
Oh, yeah,
made with
Timmy's
the
at-
Parkour Pro,
Timmy's
I
at
only
his
had a
home.
1-block
Yeah,
jump
yeah,
to
yeah.
get out of the course. This was
Timmy isn't here.
life-changing. This
He's
was
at
the
his own
first
room.
time I've ever received a ticket to access the Parkour Temple, and I promised
Well,
myself that I wasn't
well,
gonna waste it. I
Evo,
made my way over
if
to the Parkour
this was
Temple.
your
I was in a
second
good
time,
spot. I had
I don't
3
think
full hunger
you'd be
bars, which is
alive.
the
Why?
most hunger a
Because
parkour noob
then
could
you
have.
fall off.
This was it. There was no better time
If
and
you
no
had gone
more
second
perfect
time.
to try
A
making the
first
parkour
time
course
for
to
this.
rank up to a parkour pro. I walked up to the hoppers in the ground and I threw in my ticket. After a few seconds, the invisible barrier that guards the parkour temple was down. And now, of course, I had to make sure I didn't fail the 1-block jump to actually get inside the temple. I made the 1-block jump successfully, and now I was officially inside the temple. This was it. This was the moment I've been waiting for my entire life. This was the parkour course that no parkour noob has ever beaten. If you miss any of these jumps, you'll either die from fall damage or fall directly into the void. But I've come too far and I've practiced too much to have that happen. I wasn't just going to be another parkour noob that fails this course. I was going to be the first one to rank up to become a parkour pro. My journey to becoming a parkour pro starts now.
The most important thing about a video is how it sounds. But finding the right audio
Come
can
on.
be
Why,
challenging.
Ad?
And that's why I
Why?
used
I just want to watch. I
Hey,
hate that.
wake up. You want
And
a chance
he's
to
dead.
eat today or what?
All right, let's get this over with.
Let's go.
I'm
Hurry up and do
dead.
the parkour, noob.
Down here in parkour prison, even the cells have 1-block jumps. If you miss a single jump, or if a
Maybe
parkour
you
pro
revive?
catches you not jumping
I think
for
this is
30
where, like,
seconds, you'll
I think
be
you
thrown
died,
into the
and then the
lava.
place you are
Alright, I
revived
gotta
in is a
ask,
prison.
You want to do a diagonal jump to reduce your prison sentence time?
Most parkour noobs would never take this deal. Diagonal jumps are just not worth the risk. But I wasn't just gonna sit in parkour prison my entire life. If there was any chance I could get out sooner, I was gonna take it.
That was unexpected. Congrats, you've earned 1 day off your prison time. That means you go from 49 years and 320 days to 49 years and 319 days left.
And this is
Oh
how my
my
life is
God,
gonna be for the
Jim.
next 49 years in parkour prison. That is, unless I find a way to get to that portal and
Uh,
make my way back to
he
parkour
has to stay
civilization.
50
Parkour
days in
prison
here and
is
he's already
located
been like a
directly
month
under
or
the
so?
bottom layer of parkour civilization. If a parkour noob misses any jump, they fall into the void and end up here. And the only way back to civilization is to spend
Oh, so
50
you
years
don't
here without
die.
failing a jump.
Yeah.
Before I was sent here, I never knew this place existed, and I was so close to becoming a parkour pro. My entire life, I've been training for one goal, and that's to go to the Temple of Parkour and complete the impossible course to rank up to become a parkour pro. I had everything. I earned the ticket to get inside the temple, and I had enough food to make the journey. But when the time came, I failed the first jump. And now I'm dead. What the... Where am I?
Welcome to Parkour Prison, or as most noobs call it, their worst nightmare. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you right to your cell.
Parkour prison? What is this place? I don't
That's
get it.
the
How
prison
am I
guy?
still alive?
Wait, that's the guy who
Hey,
was
and
like
just
showing in
make
the
sure
house
you don't
too.
miss any of these 1-block jumps, because if you fall in the lava, you will die for real this time.
Oh, yeah, not a problem.
Oh.
I've never missed a 1-block jump in my life. What I didn't get is why parkour
Oh,
prison
so
existed.
that means the
Instead of
void
letting the
needed you to
parkour
hear,
noobs just fall into the
and
void,
the
somehow
lava
this
is the thing
massive
that actually
structure
kills
was
you.
made under the
That makes more
void to
sense.
catch us. But why?
Alright, noob, this is your cell. Go on in.
All of the cells in parkour prison were separated by a 3-block gap, meaning once I went inside this cell, I would never be able to escape. But that wasn't gonna stop me from trying.
Make sure you're doing at least one jump in your cell every 30 seconds. If one of us catches you not jumping, you're not making it out of here.
Just minutes before this, I was about to rank up to be a parkour pro, and now I'm in the most dangerous place in parkour civilization. As far as
How
I'm
the
concerned, I'm the
tides
only
turn.
noob right now in parkour prison.
1
My
second,
guess
he's
is
about
most of them by
to
now
live
fell
a
in the
better
lava.
life.
Wait, there's actually
Next
someone
second,
here.
he's-
Let's go.
he's
I'm
living
not
in
alone down
parkour
here.
prison.
Wait, why does this guy
Wow.
look familiar? He's been my neighbor for 5 years. No! Why did he try
Oh,
going
this
for
is
the
the guy
beef?
that made it
No
so
way, it
lonely.
is my neighbor. Wow, I'm so glad I'm not alone down here. No! Dude, what is wrong with
Okay,
this
he
guy?
just walked
Alright,
into
he has to
there.
be doing it on purpose
Just
at
walked
this point.
into there.
The only thing that's better about parkour prison is they feed us fish instead of raw chicken.
Hey, noob, let's go. You've been selected
I
for
don't really
parkour
see the
testing.
difference.
Be down there in
Oh,
30
wait, that
seconds.
doesn't give you
And
hunger.
this is one of the not so good
Ah.
parts about prison. The random parkour testing. Bro, wait, you didn't even fill in this gap. Ah, man, now I gotta do another 1-block jump. If you're a prisoner here, the only thing you hope for is that you don't get selected for random parkour testing. Every few days, the pros will pick a noob at random to test out a new course they've built. This time, the course I was selected
You're
for
telling
had
me
fence
that they
parkour.
just
If I
give
failed
this
to make this
to the
1-block
worst
fence jump,
possible
I wouldn't be coming back.
parkourers.
Let's go. We don't
for
have
them
all
to
day.
complete
Get on the
it.
course.
Yes, sir.
Even
I'm
though the
going right
pros
now. The worst
can't
part about these random
complete it,
courses is that
even
they
though they're the
intentionally
best.
use harder blocks for the jumps. The pros know that the noobs have
This is
almost
some
no
really
experience
messed up
with fence
economy.
jumps, but they build them anyways.
All right, testing complete. Back to your cell in 30 seconds.
By some miracle, I was able to get past this week's random testing course. But what about the next week or the week after that? There's gonna be some day when they build a jump that I can't do, and I need to get out of here before that happens. Luckily, I've been thinking of a plan to make my escape. Back in Parkour Civilization, I used parkour to bribe one of the pros, and now I was gonna do it again. Hey, guard!
What do you want, noob?
I got something to show you. Can you come over here?
This better be worth my
No
time,
way.
or I'm not feeding you
This
tomorrow.
is this is
okay?
bribery in
Oh,
prison.
nothing really.
What?
I just
What?
wanted to ask
I don't
you if
think
I
you
could
bribe-
pay you in
can you? I'm not
3
sure.
diagonal jumps
Bro
in
is
a row for 5
bribing to
minutes
get
of
out
free
of
time?
parkour
Three
prison, bro.
in a row?
Yep, 3 in a row. What do you think?
You're definitely not making that. But it's not like I care anyways. Sure.
Like always, parkour can be used to get out of any situation. But now, I had one chance to make 3 diagonal jumps in a row, or else I was dead. Come on. 1, 2, 3. No way. I actually did it.
Okay, that was
Okay,
really hard.
5
actually.
minutes
I'm
of free
not able
time,
to
but you
diagonal
better be
jumps,
back
like,
in your cell by the
in
time
a
I
row.
get back.
The
Even
bribe
one
worked.
block
Now, I
diagonal
had
jump.
5 minutes to roam around parkour prison to see if I could find a way to escape. I had no clue what was going to happen to me after I escaped, but I didn't have time to think about that right now. When I jumped around the prison, I noticed someone doing the random testing course. Wait, is that who I think it is? No, you don't need to be nervous. I'm sure you're fine. Oh, no way.
that's
It is
the-
the guy who
that's
failed
the
the
bear
ticket
guy
event
that-
in front of me.
that just
guy was nice.
literally
I hope he
failed
clutches up
the
these
ticket
glass jumps and
course.
makes it back to civilization. Oh, something was strange about this testing course. Why were they using glass for parkour? Glass jumps aren't even a thing at the parkour noob level. If noobs have never done glass jumps, why would they use them to test the jumps? I just gotta get out of
I bet you're trying to think of a plan to escape, right?
What? Escape? What are you talking about?
Pro
I would never
knows.
try to
The
escape.
pro knows.
You're not? I was gonna take you to the portal, but if you don't want to,
This obviously seems like you're trying to set me up.
it's not a setup. No one says you have to stay here. You can leave at any time. Just follow me and I'll take you there.
I'm 99% sure I'm being led into a trap, but it doesn't matter. If he gets me close to the portal, I'll try to improvise. If this guard was leading me into a
One
trap,
second.
I couldn't see what it was. He was already getting me so close to the portal. At this point, I was just gonna have to take a chance and hope that he was telling me the truth. I was now 5 blocks away from going back to parkour civilization.
You can leave now if you accept the terms that you can never earn a ticket to rank up to become a parkour pro for the rest of your life.
Wait,
Okay,
you're
so that
saying
means
if
he's
I
just gonna
go
be a
back
noob
to
for
parkour
the rest
civilization
of
now, I
life.
can never be a parkour pro?
That's correct. Or you can wait out the remainder of your 49 years here in prison.
So this was the catch. I could leave parkour prison right now, but in return, I could never become a parkour pro. Or I could try to survive here for another 49 years. It wasn't worth it to stay. I needed to get out of here. Okay, I've made my decision. I'm gonna go back.
So you accept. Good luck.
I wouldn't wait
This was
50
it.
years
The work
because
was done.
I am
I
not
escaped
that
parkour
patient.
prison, but at what cost? Leaving now meant that I would be a noob for
I'll
the
probably
rest
go
of my
insane
life.
by
When I
then,
went through the
man.
portal, I was brought back
Insane.
into parkour civilization. The portal spawned me at the entrance of the Temple of Parkour. This was probably the last time I would ever step foot in this temple. I had my chance to rank up to become a pro, and I failed. Now, I can never earn a ticket ever again. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world. Now, I can just go back to my ordinary life in parkour civilization. You know, now that I think about it, it's not the worst situation in the world. I mean, at least I still have my mansion. Wait, who is this? I still own this house, right?
No, you don't. This house no longer belongs to you. This parkour noob just purchased this new mansion. so you'll have to leave now.
Wait. This guy just bought my house? How can he do that?
Well, you fell and went to parkour prison, so you lost the house. When you were down there, this parkour noob bought it.
Bro, really? Wow, so I really don't own this house anymore. Well, this guy can enjoy...
Okay, it's for sale now.
Let's go, so I can move back into my house?
After you buy it again, sure.
Wait, really? Are you serious? I have to buy it again? I went back to the shop to go buy my mansion again, but while I was at parkour prison, something bad happened. The prices for houses in my neighborhood went way up. Now, if I wanted to buy my mansion, I would have had to pay for it with a 2-block jump. It was too risky.
Inflation.
I was gonna have to find somewhere else to live. Fortunately, I found another shop that was selling wood houses. A bit of a downgrade from the stone house, but it was all I could afford. I could either do a 1-block fence jump for a small house, or a 1.5-block stair jump for a large house. I figured if I'm gonna be living on the noob level for my entire life, I might as well buy the big house. Luckily, escaping parkour prison gave me the confidence to make the
Also,
jump
a
easily.
2-block jump-
Now, I got a
technically
mansion in a new
2-block jump
neighborhood
can
where,
be in your
not
price
to my
range. Why?
surprise, everyone
'Cause
fell into the
if
void, so
parkour's
it's
your
just me
money, you
living
could
here.
actually
The
have
house is
infinite money.
definitely a bit of a downgrade from my previous mansion, but it's still a 2-story house, and it has a painting, which is something you don't really see that often in parkour civilization. I just keep wondering what my life would have been like if I actually made it to the pro civilization. Now, I don't think I'll ever figure out what it looks like up there. I just wish that... Whoa! What was that? When I
it's the
went to sit
painting
in my
trick.
chair,
It's
I
the
backed
painting
up against
trick.
the wall, and there was nothing behind
Except
me.
it's on
This
his couch.
painting was covering something. I walked through the painting, and it revealed a secret door. For some reason, this house I bought had some hidden passage. Whoever made this was obviously trying to hide something. But what was it? There was a ladder that led to the bottom floor, and when I got down there, I found a man. Somehow, there was already someone living here. By their leather boots, I could tell it was a parkour noob. This was obviously some mistake. I went to go leave, but then
Wait,
Is that meant to be like a
Don't
guide or
leave.
something?
the man spoke
I
to me.
knew it, I
He
knew it.
said
He's
he's
alive.
been watching me.
I watched you enter the Temple of Parkour. I think you have what it takes to rank up.
I'm sorry, man. I think you're confused. I can never earn a ticket anymore. I'm gonna be a parkour noob forever.
No, there is still a way I can get you a ticket.
Wait. What are you talking about?
When I was younger, I earned myself a ticket, but I never used it. Instead, I hid it far, far away.
The old man said it wasn't his destiny to rank up to be a pro, but it was mine. He brought out a compass and he threw it to me. He told me that if I followed this compass, I'll find the hidden ticket. This was the second chance I was looking for. I had no way of knowing whether the old man was telling the truth or not, but at this point, I had nothing to lose. Maybe this works, maybe it doesn't. All I know is that I wasn't done with parkour civilization.
I'm gonna go to my house.
Wait, no, we should go explore.
Guys, I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, okay. See ya.
Bye.
Wait, do you have any?
Just yet. Come on, just one jump at a time, and I should be there soon.
Where do you think you're going?
Oh, this can't be good.
This is a parkour checkpoint. Why do you want to leave parkour civilization?
If the pro found out why I was really out here, I might go back to parkour prison. I was gonna need an excuse. I, just wanted to practice my 2-block jumps.
Listen, noob. Out there, you'd never survive. Besides, what do you need to practice for? You can never rank up, buddy.
Despite my convincing story, it didn't work. I was in big trouble now. Following this compass is the only possible way I could make it up to the parkour pro civilization. I was gonna have to try something else.
I told you to go home.
What if I paid you with a backwards jump?
A backwards jump?
Okay, at least he's listening, and now I get one chance at this. Oh my god, I actually made it. That was crazy.
Wait. No, that was crazy. Move aside and let me try this.
You got it. Just make sure you jump far
Is
enough.
he gonna-
Oh, shoot. That was not my plan. I thought he was just gonna let me pass. Alright. Well, I guess that works. Now that I
okay,
made
now
it
I know
past the
Evo
parkour
is much
checkpoint,
greater
it was
than a
time to go
parkour
searching
pro.
for the hidden ticket. That's assuming that the ticket
So,
I'm looking for is
the
even
roles are
real.
switched now.
After the mysterious old
The
man
noobs
gave
are
me
better
this
than
compass
pros.
and told me
Wow,
that it would
what
lead
is-
to a
what
ticket
is
to
wrong with
rank
this
up to
then?
parkour pro civilization, I immediately started preparing for the journey because this time I wasn't gonna fail. The biggest problem I had to solve was my food supply. Parkour noobs only get fed once a day, and if this compass was taking me far away, there was no way I would survive on the raw chicken. So for the past week, I've been doing the beef jump every single morning, and for the rest of the day, I tried not to parkour at all so I could save the food. But that's when I almost got caught.
Hold up, what was that sound?
Oh no, I'm starving. This isn't good.
Why are you
Just
taking
eat the
damage?
food,
Are
dude.
you starving?
Starving? No, I'm just in pain because I love parkour so much and I wish I could do it all the time.
Oh man, sorry to hear that. Yeah, love hurts. Well, I hope you feel better.
By some miracle, the parkour pro bought my excuse. If the pro stayed around for any longer, I might have starved to death. I had to eat the piece of beef that I just jumped for, but it didn't matter. I had already prepared enough. By rationing my food, I was able to save up 4 pieces of beef for the journey. I had no clue whether this would be enough food to survive the trip, but the old man said I had everything I needed, so I guess I was just gonna have to trust him again. Now, it was time to go searching for the ticket. Crossing this line of stone means I'm heading into the parkour outskirts. No noob, including myself, has ever been out here, and probably for a good reason. All I know is that the further away you get from parkour civilization, the more dangerous the jumps become. Already, I was starting to see huge chunks of parkour missing. No one knows how the outskirts came to be like this, or at least no one down here knows. Unfortunately, the compass kept taking me further and further away from parkour civilization. The old man must have hid the ticket out here knowing that no parkour pro would ever go this deep to retrieve it. I was running out of time. I had already been jumping for hours and now I'm down to 1 piece of raw beef left. And still, I found nothing. That was until I saw something in the distance. I had no way of knowing, but I had a feeling that this was what I was looking for. In all my time here in parkour civilization, I have never seen anything like this. This couldn't be a coincidence, which means I was gonna have to go parkour to the top. I haven't really prepared for anything like this. Vertical jumps don't exist naturally down here. The only place I've seen vertical jumps is when I jump for food. Luckily, I made it to the top without falling into the void. I didn't see anything at first glance, but when I pulled out my compass, I was in the right place. I didn't get it. The compass was pointing me to the exact block I was standing on. The ticket should be here, unless the old man hid the ticket out of sight and put it underground. If I broke this grass block and a parkour pro catches me, I would for sure be going back to prison for life this time. But if I'm gonna have any shot at making it up to the parkour pro civilization, I'm gonna take that chance. Well, here goes nothing. I broke the block, and underground there was a chest. I couldn't believe it. I had actually found the ticket. But when I opened the chest, something was wrong. There was no ticket to be found.
That's not a ticket, that's a barrier. That's also prohibited in
there was no ticket to get up to the pro
no, it's not
civilization.
prohibited. It's
Why
just
would
like
he send me all the way out here to get a barrier block? This didn't make any sense. The old man knew I would risk my entire life for a ticket, but he set me up. There had to be some explanation for this. Well, if I'm lucky to survive the trip back, I can ask him why he sent me all the way out here just to get a barrier block, which is also illegal to have. By some miracle, I made it back to the parkour checkpoint without falling.
Hey, you. You were the last one to see the pro stationed here. What happened to him?
Oh, well, I showed him a backwards
Just
jump
say he
and then
died.
he tried it for himself and then fell.
You? A backwards jump? Are you serious?
Yeah?
Okay, now I have to try. So you just go backwards?
Oh, okay, and he's gone too. Am I gonna be blamed for
And
this? Fortunately, I made it back to my house and no parkour pro has caught me with the barrier block.
Wow.
Now, it's time to ask this old man why in the world he sent me out there to retrieve this. Alright, bro, are you gonna explain to me why what the... When I got down to the basement, the old man was nowhere to be found. All that was left was a hole in the ground. Did he jump into the void on purpose? I don't understand what's going on. But that's when I paid attention to the item that was left on the ground. I knew what it was before I even picked it up.
That
It was a
old
ticket
guy
to
is
rank
someone
up to become a
important.
parkour pro. The old man had it on him the entire time, but still sent me to retrieve the barrier block? The old man wanted me to find this barrier for a reason. And now, this was the sign that I was ready to rank up to become a parkour pro. It was time to head to the parkour temple. I made my way back to the place that I never thought I'd step foot in again. The place where no parkour noob in history has ever made it out alive. I went ahead and ate my last piece of beef. Just like last time, I was in such a perfect spot. 3 full bars of hunger is exactly what I need to make it to the top. The barrier guarding the temple was up, so I threw in my ticket and the entrance to the parkour temple was now open. All I had to do now was do something that I totally never do, and that's fail 1 block jumps. Okay, I made the first jump. That's always a good sign. This time around was different. I wasn't gonna let the pressure get to me. I was gonna be the first noob to ever rank up to the pro civilization. Ah, no. Looking at this jump is giving me flashbacks. My journey to becoming a parkour pro starts now. No, this time was different. I successfully made the first jump, and for the first time in my life, I
Bro
was
finally did
actually
it.
on the
He's
parkour
not
course.
dead
Now,
or
all I had to
anything
do
like
was
that.
just take it one jump at a time. The first section was the stone blocks. So far, I've only encountered 1 block vertical jumps, but they were nothing I couldn't handle. Even though I had been on the course for a good amount of time, I was still ways away from making it to the top. After I passed the stone block section, I moved on to the stone slab section. Slabs aren't too common in the noob level of parkour
This
civilization,
isn't
but
mini
luckily
parkour.
this section
It's
wasn't
just
too
stairs
hard. But it was the
now.
next section I was worried about, the stair jumps.
It's
This
actually
next jump I had to
stairs.
complete was
Oh,
by
I
far
did
the
not mean
hardest jump I've ever
that.
seen. It was a 2-block jump, but I had to go up half a block. But I didn't come all this way to
I
give
did
up.
not know
I went
that,
for the
but
jump,
now that I
but
do
I
that,
jumped too
it's really
early.
good.
I thought this was it, but by some miracle,
He
a block
survived.
below me broke my fall, and I only
There
took
was a
2.5
block
hearts
below
of
him.
damage.
Come
but that was
on, I
too
wanted to
close
see
to call.
him
If I was
fall
even the
in the
slightest bit
void.
off, I could have been all the way down
Okay,
there.
maybe
in the
not,
void.
but
On my
I
second time
want
around, I
something.
made the jump. That stair
I want
jump
another
essentially marked the
parkour
end of the stair
prison
section,
thing.
and now I was on the stone walls. Walls were almost never seen at the noob level, but fortunately, I didn't see anything bigger than a 1-block jump for the rest of the way. All I had to do was sneak and stay on the course, and that's when I got to the point when the jump stopped.
More
I was so
stairs.
high off the ground now, but I knew I was at the end. I climbed up the stairs until I was face to face with the entrance to the Parkour Pro civilization. This was it. I was about to be the first noob in history to rank up. But then the realization hit me. The last jump to get to the Parkour Pro civilization was a 3-block jump. It was impossible. This was why no noob has ever ranked up to become a pro. The course was impossible to begin with. But then
3
I remembered
blocks
the
is
barrier.
too much.
This is what the old man wanted me to use it for. He knew the course was
Oh, that
impossible, and he
makes
wanted to give me a
sense.
chance to rank up. I placed down the barrier
Ah.
block, and I made the 2-block jump.
That's
I did it.
why.
I
That makes-
actually did it. I was
that
the
don't
first
just make
noob in
just a
history
little
to
bit
ever
more sense.
complete
That
this
makes, like,
course. No one at the
complete
bottom
sense.
level knows what society
Like,
is like up here.
I
And
w-
I
I
was
was
gonna be the
wondering,
first one
why
to figure
did
it out.
a
What
random
was it
old
gonna be
man
like? Was
give
I
this guy a
actually gonna be able
barrier
to see
block,
the sky? Well, I guess we'll find out.
And then also
I walked
give
up
him
to
a
the stone
ticket.
walls, and the doors opened, revealing a room I've never seen anything like before. I turned the corner, and I saw a parkour pro just standing there. Hi.
What the? Who are you? Where did you come from? I'm the only one working here.
I came from the noob level. I just beat the course and ranked up.
Wow, I was not expecting this. I'm not sure what to do here. Just go over there and throw your leather boots in the lava.
All right, time to get my iron boots.
Yes, sir. One ranked up. A noob by the name of Evbo. Yes, sir. I'll keep an eye on him.
And that was it. That was the last time I would ever wear leather boots again
that's
for the rest of
something
my life.
sinister,
From the looks of
I
it, I
guess?
only had one more lava jump to go. But this time, there were dispensers. I backed up and jumped over the lava, and I was equipped with iron boots. I was officially a parkour pro.
And now I'm gonna end the video. As this is part 1 ended, so I'm gonna call cliffhanger. I'm gonna call it the noob level. Yeah, that's what the title is gonna be. Something similar.